were included in this concentration. What I'd like for you to do is to jot down the question we would like for you to respond to in this essay. And I really want you to write it down, because we don't want you responding to some other question. Did you hand them all out?
I handed them to they're here.
Is anyone? Okay, so the question is, how did the humanities concentration change or modify my idea of being a PA? How did the humanities concentration change or modify my idea of being a PA? So let me describe to you a little bit about how this research is done. This is called a qualitative research project. These surveys are sort of quantitative, and we'll compare your post to your pre-survey. This essay will be qualitative data, and so what we'll do is take these 36 essays, and we will make copies for everyone on the research team, community of inquiry, and we will read them, and we will code the essays for words that we think are important. And then everyone will do that individually, and then we'll get together as a group, and we'll compare what we thought was important in these essays. And then we will take all these words and see if they group up in concepts and ideas. And with about 3 or 4 meetings of all the individual researchers, we'll be able to create an idea of how the class as a whole felt like the humanities modified or changed their idea about being a PA. This is a well-documented and validated research technique. I've published 2 papers, one on a medical humanities project at the medical school on second-year medical students, and one on a group of physicians, practicing physicians who took a literature and medicine course in college. And so we've published 2 papers about the outcomes of these kinds of curricula before. So this is a reflection paper. This isn't an essay to be graded, and it's not an essay to be critiqued in terms of grammar. We just want to know what ideas are in your head about what effect reading these things and discussing them and writing papers about them had on you. So don't worry about a lot about how it's designed or how there's no thesis statement that needs to be made. But please respond to the question. How did the humanities concentration change or modify my idea of being a PA? Now, the requirement is that it be uploaded, and your instructions for uploading it are on the computer, right? Have you seen them?
No, that email goes out in about 15 minutes.
Oh, that email will come to you. Goes out in about 15 minutes. So you'll get an email telling you how to upload it and how to code it so that it can be de-identified, but we know who sent one in. So pay attention to that email closely. it's required to have this thing uploaded by 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So you've got this evening, early tomorrow morning, tomorrow evening after class to get this done. Any questions about this essay? Yes?
How thorough would you like our response to be, an essay?
Oh, I think as thorough as the Webster's Dictionary.
Okay, so an encyclopedia. I just want to know like roughly how many pages or.
Oh, I don't think it ought to be more than a double-spaced one-page essay.
Okay.
My guess is if you'll look over these lists of books, stories that you read, and think about it a little bit today and in the shower tonight and so forth, it'll come to you, you know. And if you can't remember the story, you might just go to the program website, not the website, the program file, and there's a student manual, and you could just briefly look through there and remind yourself what story it was. If you just look at the story quickly, and you'll remember reading it.
I have another question too.
Yeah.
In addition to our purpose of the essay, are you interested to know like which stories you felt impacted us more, or would you like that?
That's a different issue. That's a different issue unless the reason it impacted you the most was because it changed your mind the most about being a PA.
Yeah, I mean like it kind of.
If it did, then yes. Any other questions? Okay.
So you'll get another Qualtrics survey, you'll log in, you'll see the same consent form. Then there is a file upload feature. You're all pretty familiar with that. You can hit the browse button, upload your file. Don't put your name on your essay, right? Because this is meant to be anonymous. And then you'll put the same code that you put on the pre and post surveys at the bottom of the Qualtrics survey. So what's going to happen is, since they know you a lot better than I do, right? And those codes are pretty anonymous, but still just for your all's peace of mind. Basically, I'm going to go in and number each of the essays, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 36. So they will have no idea, but I will be able to match up the essay scores with the pre and post test surveys. That way, you all don't have to worry anything about anonymity, because I don't know any of you all well enough to know whose code is what. So by 7 p.m. tomorrow, you get an email in a few minutes. It'll remind you of the prompt and the due date and those expectations, as well as the overview of the informed consent. You know, you do have to participate as part of the program, but whether or not we're able to include your data in the research is up to you. Any questions on that? We're going to talk to you all.
Talk to you too in a minute.
All right, and my phone number and email are on the informed consent form, so if you have any questions that you don't feel comfortable asking one of your faculty members or Dr. Nata about, feel free to reach out to me, okay?